Nej, det har han säkert plockat någonstans.
Ja, den är bara från trädgården hos mamma.
Den är från trädgården, ja. Då är det ju en Yamadori.
Då är det.
Eller nibba.
Bokarna, de verkar inte må jättebra.
Here the tree already gives us a lot of options, and it gives the final. We cannot make a cascade out of this. Okay, yeah, like I said before, we can do almost whatever we want.
On the line from here down here.
Yeah.
And then you can distribute these. Maybe have some branch down here.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody?
I'm a little bit concerned that the first part is too horizontal.
Okay.
After the bend.
Yeah. Here there seems to be a lifeline running down here, but as there is a crack here, I think this is all dead. And when this is all dead, then almost all of this side is dead as well. And if we can see it very clearly from the beginning, we can say, even though this looks like a good front, if there is everything on this side is dead, then it's already clear that we must, or you must consider this side. And then, yeah, we already talked about it. This curve here leans itself towards a cascade. So if we try to make it, it's still possible. Maybe from this side, maybe from this, we will have to check. Yes. What's the problem at the moment? If we try and make a cascade, like this or like this. What needs to happen?
Well, the body of the trees are very high.
Yeah, still, okay, this is very high, yeah.
Or the structure.
Yeah.
You ought to make it full cascade, maybe half cascade.
Yeah, maybe like that, okay. And still, the green is really far out.
Yeah.
We somehow have to bring it back. Yeah, back and down. So, yeah, we could do that as well. Possible, but we need to think a little how to make it technically, but it could be done.
Can you take away the top branch so that we just have one?
Yeah.
Branch.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
The whole.
There is the extra life. Yeah. And if you want, I can show you later a little bit how to do it. Carefully with a sharp knife or tools like this. And then we strip the bark and we find the border between the dead wood and the life. And once this work is done, this is just how to say it? In Germany it's Fleißarbeit. It's just a work that you do for being a hard worker. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is not. It's like. A strong bend, like 90 degrees or more, like really sharp. Then it has enough between
Extrem.
by this hand saw or by an electric saw, yeah, all the way to the live vein.
But not into the.
No, of course, not into the live vein. Yeah. Yeah. And then, yeah, you just make the bend, and you will see that probably it will relax here as well a little bit along the live vein. You can help it with the electric saw, or with the Dremel. You can carve it out a little bit to separate it more, and then bend it back up. And the good thing, like I said, is that the technique you use here to separate it is hidden when you look at it from the back. Okay, good. Yeah, would be very interesting to do it. Possible ones, or maybe okay, there is another option, we just discussed it shortly, to lift the tree up. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. But we did that on another juniper yesterday. Does anybody like the idea of tipping it up? Yeah. It will help to bring the green closer to the pot and so on. Yeah. Now the problem with this specific tree is that the base here is already starting to rot away, and the live vein is very thin, and the dead wood here is very, very soft. You can just peel it off like that. It's almost like paper. Yeah? And due to this reason, the base will become smaller and smaller in time. Once we reduce all of this, the base will be really small, and it cannot, at least optically and aesthetically, hold the weight of and the movement of the rest of the tree. It will always look very unstable. In trunk, and we would have to bend this a lot. And this is also very difficult to bend because there is so much dead wood in here. It's quite risky to make it at this time of the year because we have to split the branch and then twist a little bit the live veins to get this sharp bend, this one, that everything is going down into this. Yeah? And even if we made it, then all the green would be somewhere down here. Yeah? And this is also another problem. This doesn't solve the problem of the tree tipping over or the tree being separated from its green actually. There is then this trunk area with a lot of dead wood and the foliage mass somewhere down here. And from the other option, okay, and now I needed to put it back up so that the movement. Okay, but what can we do? We will work on some of the deadwood stumps just so you have an idea how to handle it. And then maybe if you want some of, thank you. Some of you can, I will need some volunteers to help me with deadwood work. And then, yeah, there are some stumps like this which have been cut flush. I don't think we will spend too much time working these up now. They will require a chisel and a hammer to really make it look nice, and I don't think we have it here at the moment. Also for the bends, I would feel better if we had some screws and a screwdriver and maybe an iron bar to make this bend possible. But we can discuss the bend, and maybe we can make the bend in one direction. But let's find a concept first, yeah? So we are not going to change anything about like the first third of the tree. And the problem is, of course, that the green mass is so far away from the trunk that it is always threatening to tip over. Yeah. And especially when the green mass grows more and the pots get reduced in size, it will tip over and is more appealing. So there's the option of this. Just see the trunk lines and the dead wood and how the dead wood and the live vein like play together. This live vein here is I think it's only here on the bottom, so you can hardly see it. It's only here. And then it runs all the way home. Okay, this side, or this side.
I think this side is safe.
Yeah. Many people like this side better. Why?
I think the movement also is really good, and then the one that was the life, you can see it really clearly.
Yeah. Okay.
The movement is coming back.
Yeah,
towards
compound.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going back and then coming towards you again. Yeah. These are very strong points for this side. I hope you would not. Let's just for discussion and for the, we will see if we can make it today. Just for the possibility of this side, because the bend we need to make is much easier from this side, and it's also easier to hide the technique that we need to make to bend it. From this side, of course, you see that all the points that you said they are correct. They don't play so well together, and you don't see the life veins so much. But I saw one thing here on this part, that here we have a life vein, and here, and this interplay of these two life veins with the deadwood and the deadwood running up. This is quite nice that you can see it from here. Yeah? And here, of course, this is very weak on this side. We will have to start peeling this away, and let's see how we can maybe turn it a little bit more like this or this, so that we can see the life vein here a little bit. And then to help with the play of the branches, with the movement of the two trunks, we can no, I need maybe some help. Yeah. They live off their yeah, okay.
Kom maar, bli hunkigt. Sonderen.
They live off the line, the line of the trunk, okay? And now you can, just by me rotating it, you can see how the line of the trunk changes. So we have like this, and the line of the trunk like gets much more compact from this side, yeah? And the movements become much tighter here in the upper part, but here they are a little bit elongated. And now this side. This is why we have to consider the lines, and normally as well, if we clean it very well, we could also, it would make it easier to decide where is the live vein and where is all the dead parts, and how is the play between live and dead from all the sides. This would really help to decide which is front. We made it so far yesterday that we can see pretty clearly where it's alive, even though it's not clean. If you take a closer look, then you see two live veins running up here. And yeah, now the question is for you to decide a front. So I will rotate it, and you will just say whether you like it from there or not, just considering the trunk line.
It's not an easy tree to decide.
No? Anyone?
Foster.
Stop. Little back. More. I don't know.
Like this?
Little bit. Yeah. I think for me, my opinion is this.
Okay.
Little bit. From my side. From my side.
So maybe like this from mine, is that the same maybe?
Yeah.
I like it from here, yeah.
We're looking for a front, and Yeah, like I said yesterday, it's quite a lot. Yeah. Now, for this type of trees, this is still a thin tree, yeah, because the trunk, even though it's almost hand size, it is for the size that the overall tree has. It's a thin and elegant tree. So compressing it, we can compress it a little bit, but I would not go to the extreme and compress it like and make a small. No, the idea we could if we wanted to compress it like a lot, and make the crown somewhere here, yeah, in this area. But then we lose a lot of the movement of the trunk and the length of the line, and we compress the line somewhere to a very simplistic line here, something here, and then the rest of the apex, everything will be overshadowed by the apex. Yeah? And this way we give it some generosity here, let's say, as it rises up to the sky very elegantly, and then we place very elegant foliage pads as well, which is good for the foliage that we have here, because this foliage is very rough and coarse, so we need to have a lot of space in between. And we cannot make really fine, dense foliage pads, but we need to make very open, big foliage pads, and this the additional height helps. So yeah, we will have a very interesting branch on this side, but overall we will complement the branch with some branch that was going down here. Yeah. Which one would you choose? There is two branches. There is this one that could do it, you will see it, and this one in the back. These two branches could be the branch that fall down here.
What about this? Could you use that one too?
Yeah, we could also use that. We would have to twist the whole thing around them, but it could be possible. Yeah, but which one in this case?
Is that one just following the line better?
This one is a very obvious choice. Still, I would choose the one in the back.
Okay.
Because it's the thicker branch, it has more, it's the older branch and it has more character. It already has this natural curve here, yeah? And if we put this down, we use the character of this older branch to make this. Yeah?
I'm so glad I didn't start to work on the tree.
Yeah, so let's spend, shall we say, 20 minutes on just a little bit of cleaning and that would work, and after we start putting the wires. Okay, so anybody in here who's willing to help?
Yeah, we can help, yeah. No worries.
Du håller på med där, eller hur? Eller?
Jag fick ett gäng hästplantor som det kommer ju ta lite tid. Men de växer där så.
Helt otroligt. Bra gjort, bra jobbat. Man fattar liksom inte, var ska man börja?
Ja, exakt.
Det borde man vara miljonär om man ska köpa en riktig kruk.
Så här,
eller
göra eget med cement.
Ja, precis. Bara samla ledas.
because there's many things we didn't wire. The apex is only one wire, the rest is placed in a way that it distributes everywhere. And there is many small things that just make the pads look very fuzzy. We can clean it up a little more and put more smaller wires to make it really look like a magazine before and after. But yeah, there is no time for that. And also in the back you see there is not much attention here. Like we only focus to create a good overall shape, and from the front it should look good. So that's it. Yeah, we used as little wire as possible. I think for this type of tree, to get this result, we used very, very few wires, which is good. Yeah. So this, there is many crazy branches in there because we have this. Yeah. This allows us all the crazy branches. This is our license here to make this. If we didn't have this, then we would try to make something cleaner or so. But this crazy branch allows for crazy bends here, and with the crazy bends, you're also more. You can be creative and flexible to shorten the length of the foliage, so that you can create a nice taper and everything. Yeah. And the main branch, of course, that needs a lot of foliage and growth, and it's very thin still. But yeah, the way that you see it now is that there is some kind of rhythm in there, some kind of big pads, some smaller pads, and well, they are not really defined now, but if we invest more time, we can bring it out. Yeah? And the most important thing was this one right here, that, like I said, the movement here allows for all the crazy things that we made in here, just to fill it up. And later, because there is many small branches, we will try to find like one big branch and have from that one big branch many secondary branches to replace these many single things that we have wired now and put there. But this is then the next step. And if we turn it around, we see that here is really not much attention paid also to the length of the design here, but yeah. Yeah, here it's too long, and there can be much more focus and detail here to make it look nicer. Yeah. Okay, but I think we did a good job for the time that we had.
Ja, verkligen.
And yeah, any questions so far?
How about the aftercare? Next spring, summer, what to do?
What to do? Well, just keep it the way you kept it. Maybe just focus on the growth, because I think the soil mix is too good. You keep it and develop it in that pot until it looks like almost ready. And then you repot it once into a pot that's really nice, and not into a smaller pot and then wait again and maybe lose some shape, lose some branches, and then again in the final pot. You cultivate it in there, you style it first like we did now, and then you have the shape and the character of the tree, and then you find the perfect pot and do one repotting into it. Not many repottings, many steps to reduce the root wall, just to have it lighter to carry it everywhere. Just one step, and that's it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.